All right. Who's got 30 minutes to kill and needs a new friend? Me? Oh, oh, that's depressing. Anyway, um, who wants a good show? Round of applause. Oh, so you just take a mediocre whatever show? Cool, because that's what I brought anyway. Yeah, I might have to dub this over or redo it again. I'll put in some better words. It'll be funny. I swear to God. We'll have special effects, be stuff going off in the background, not flying orbs around me when you see them, because I've been seeing them. It's a little weird too. I'm not talking about that though. Don't get me at night.
I have felt something moving in my
Yo,
eye
what
for
is
weeks,
that?
and I think it's finally coming out. I'm shaking.
Nah. Is that a parasite? Like, what is that?
Some people got weird things that they can do. I had a friend that used to squirt milk out of his eyeball right there, so I know that what that was is like dental floss, not probably not dental floss, but some sort of thread. And then she just put it through her sinuses and then pulled it out of her eyeball. It's pretty cool, but I've seen it before. But no, 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 yeah, that was a worm. If you believe in everything you see.
Can you hear it? Can you hear the sound? Echoes of a world where hope is found. Can you feel the shadows closing in? We're just remnants of the lives we've sinned. We're the echoes lost in silence. Wandering hearts in a world of violence. In the wasteland, dreams decay. Whispers of a past faded away. Dusty roads where our spirits roam, searching for a place we can call home. We're the echoes of forgotten days. In the ruins we find our ways. Can you see it? Can you see the cracks?
All right, just hear me out now. Tinfoil hat time. If you had the biggest secret in the world and you knew that the people were going to be interviewed, they were going to talk about it, it had to be a huge thing, but they had to keep the secret under penalty of death for them, probably their family, everybody. What would you do? Let's say you got 3 inmates that just escaped the unescapable place. It's 2 problems. 1 stone. You say, take this job, we'll make you rich, we'll make you famous, you don't have to do anything, you film some stuff, you lie about it, they're already criminals, so they're already used to bullshitting people anyway. And then you make them film it, da 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 da, and then just tell them to lie about it. So for the rest of their lives, they know if they talk about it, they're shot on the spot. Nobody believes them. They go to jail anyway, whatever you want to say. So they're in the tough spot where it's life or death no matter what. So yeah, they take the money, they take the deal. Now they're rich and famous. If you believe that stuff. If you believe that stuff. But it does look like them, huh? Kind of does, huh? Just a little weird, just a little weird. Kind of looks like them, huh?
This one is number 670455. Isn't it cute?
If you could only be with me.
Yes, our kids are available in many different sizes and colors. Whoops, I hear just now that white is sold out already. Thank you so much, everyone. It's such great fun to see that our kids are so popular with you. So, hurry up and reserve your own personal kid right.
More and more, it seems like this is true. When you're looking at these sites and they got $20,000 for a t-shirt and you know it ain't right. You know that's not what they're selling. Or you see some painting that's going for like 30 grand. Like, why is that a thing? Why is that possible? That's crap. It's nothing. It's something a little more. It's something that we don't understand, but yet we're trying to understand, but yet we're finally understanding. When they brag about their pizza parties and what they're doing, I mean, if we don't stop it, we might as well just be saying go ahead to them because they're going to speed it up and try to get it going. I don't know if it's just for adrenochrome, allegedly, something that they're using it for. I mean, Even the circumcised penises of baby get into makeup nowadays. So when you're trying to look younger, remember it's from somebody who was younger, who is not younger, and no longer will be younger because you want to be. So be careful with that.
Look up Pamela Anderson then versus now.
Yeah, yeah. Oh my, but and I used to all the time. I used to. Oh, God, I feel dirty. I'm gonna go watch one of those old episodes. She was hot back then, huh? No, she had no booty though. She had no booty.
Think we're stupid. And the problem with that is they're right. So I don't know if you heard about what's going on in Australia right now, but check this out. They're doing a first of its kind social media ban for any kids that are under the age of 16.
Kids under the age of 16 in Australia are being forced off social media platforms like TikTok and Instagram. Here's the complete list. Australia's ban for young users went into effect a few hours ago, making it the first country to set a minimum age for the legal access to top popular platforms.
Let's say what you want about this whole thing. That really doesn't matter. I want you to listen to what this guy says about how they're going to detect if somebody's underage or not. Literally saying the quiet part out loud.
The platform's now requesting documents to prove a user's date of birth, or even using AI to scan faces and estimate a person's age. Australian officials say the move could create a domino effect, with other countries following suit.
So through phones, you're going to scan people's faces and estimate what age they are, which essentially means you know where they're at, right? You know, I'm just asking because 37,000 is a pretty wild number. And as far as the domino effect, I'd have to agree with that one because this number, both of these numbers are pretty insane. So instead of taking kids' social media, maybe you should work on that. Y'all stay safe.
So without the need of a CMQ test, I'm going to explain this to you real quick. Hopefully I'm going to take too long and then it's going to be longer and I'm going to explain it like this, making it even longer. But anyway, if they talk about it's for the kids, it's not probably 99.99999% chance that it's not, allegedly. But if they say it's for the baby's safety, then it's really bad. It's an all-out war. You see, when I was little, they talked about babies eating lead paint chips. There's no paint chips. Who's going to eat a paint chip? Where the hell is the paint chip coming from? But everyone cried. They made sure to take the lead out. It was super big. And then you find out as you get older, it's because they're blocking the Wi-Fi signals in your house. And not for you to use them, for them to use them. They can't see where you're sitting at, what you're up to, why you're sitting there, what's going on with you. I mean, they can make a detailed list of your house, a diagram, whatever, anygram, anything, something like that. Then maybe I took too many of them. Damn. Green eggs and ham. I'll end this, I swear to God. So anyway, if they talk about it's for their safety, the kids, they're probably lying. Allegedly, but they're probably lying. Allegedly, but they're probably lying. Allegedly.
And I hear screaming, and she's like, Gypsy, help me. And to this day, I can't get that out of my head. That I had to agree to let him meet. My mother and I had planned to watch a movie. Nick had told me that I should tell her that I love her. I gave her a big hug. I remember her telling me, what's that for? I'm not dead yet. It was so ironic. I went back to her bedroom and I cried. A part of me didn't want to go through with it. I hugged her pillow. It had her scent. And then after that, we put the movie in and we started watching the movie. About 2 hours later, Nick texts me that he's at the hotel. And at this point, she's fallen asleep. And so I text him that she's asleep. So he takes a cab over to my house. He arrives at the house. And the first thing he tells me upon entering is the is dead. He said, get your effing ass in the bathroom now. I get down on the ground and I cover my ears and I hear her wake up and I hear screaming and banging it stopped for a moment, and so I uncovered my ears. And that's when I hear her call my name. And she's like, Gypsy, help me. And I want to help her, but I don't. I just sit there. I don't do anything. I just sit there.
You got
And
problems.
then I hear her screaming again. And then there was one sharp scream, and then it was over. It was silence. I didn't hear anything. I didn't do anything to just go back to that moment in time. Yeah, there's so many moments in time that I wish I could go back to. But there was still a point that she didn't have to die. And I wish I could have stopped. Nick came to the bathroom door. He was holding the knife. I was completely dissociated from what was happening. It was like it was a bad dream. Nick commanded me to be naked. And then the command that because I didn't let him, my mother, that I had to agree to let him meet.
So you were there, you watched it, heard it, she screamed for you to help her. And not only did you not help her, but when you were done, you guys had sex probably over her dead body. Yeah, you sick, you're nasty. I hope those cries and screams you hear in your sleep or dreams at night haunt you for the rest of your life. Taunt you, whatever they want to do. I don't care. Let them do it all to you. That's horrible. Horrible. And for you to be like, he raped me. He did that to me. I had nothing to do with it. All I did was listen, help, call him over, and then have afterwards while we giggled and watched a movie. You're horrible. You're a horrible person. If nobody's told you that before, let me be the first to say it. You're a horrible person. That is all. Does that mean if I order one, my girlfriend's gonna think I ordered it for her? Or she's gonna understand that I ordered it for her to use? You know what I mean? Because sometimes the pinky gets a little stinky. Just saying.
It's as if they made a movie about a Mr. Beast game to the death.
Walk until there's only one of you left.
Bird, warning. Okay, just keep walking. That's right. Just keep walking. Yeah, that's it, kid. That's it. Second warning. Third warning.
So you know he has like put your hand on something and the last person to take your hand off wins it?
Yeah.
There's a movie, it's called The Long Walk. And what it's about, it's in a post-apocalyptic era where there's a whole bunch of kids and there's soldiers that are holding guns and making them walk this long ass journey. And whoever's the last one still walking is the only person that still lives. They walk like far.
That's the only plot?
No, that sucks, low key. Nah, it's like a thriller because you could imagine people will be walking until their feet fall off. People are literally walking with just their shin bone left. Like their foot is...
Never mind.
Yeah, because you're walking for your life. And there's a timer. Let's say you trip and you don't make it back to the group in a certain amount of time, they just take you out. And did you bag in World War II? That's what they did to Filipinos.
No.
Japan, they were invading the Philippines because of World War II. My great Lolo was actually part of that march.
Really?
Where they had a whole bunch of Filipino prisoners of war, and they made them walk forever as long as they.
In the society we live in, a bunch of fat people would join that and be like, oh my god, I could do it. I know I can. And then they'd be dead all over the place. I don't know what happened. Oh my god, they killed my friend. Oh my god. And then there'd be a bunch of savages right there trying not to help each other on purpose. They'd be just kicking them in the shins like, he fell down, get him. I would.
The pancreas, one of the most overlooked organs in the human body. A slender, soft structure hidden behind the stomach, yet responsible for controlling the chemistry that keeps every cell supplied with energy. Each time you eat, the pancreas comes alive. It releases powerful enzymes that break down proteins, fats, and carbohydrates into the nutrients the body can absorb. but its most important job is far quieter. The pancreas produces hormones, most notably insulin, that regulate sugar in the bloodstream. Without this delicate balance, cells cannot function, muscles cannot move, and the brain cannot think. Impressive, right? Inside the pancreas, clusters of cells known as the islets of Langerhans act like sensors, detecting rising glucose levels and responding instantly to restore equilibrium. A small delay, a minor imbalance, and the entire body feels it. Fatigue, thirst, confusion, weakness. A reminder of how critical this organ truly is. The pancreas also releases glucagon, a hormone that raises blood sugar when the body needs fuel. Together, insulin and glucagon maintain a fragile stability, shifting moment by moment based on activity, stress, and diet. Quietly, without attention or praise, the pancreas performs a balancing act that keeps the body alive. It is not just a digestive organ. It is a regulator, a sensor, and a guardian of energy.
The pancreas, or what my doctor likes to say, aka your body's penis. So, I got a circumcision. My pancreas had a large cyst growing on the tail end of it, the penis, and they had to chop it off. And unfortunately, it got necrotic. Necrosis stepped in because of that, and so they had to keep cutting it. So I only got half of one. So every now and then I have some serious problems. So I got issues with my body's penis. Is that weird? No, because when I hug girls, they're like, oh, they lean in and feel it. I don't know. You ever been hugged by a girl and she gives you the pee hug where she leans in on the bottom and you're like, damn, that's weird. And then you realize and you just lean in closer. And next thing you know, you're slowly grinding each other. And then people are like, can we get some food, Dad? And I'm like, yeah, God, I'm sorry I had to bring you. Jazz. Or is that just me? Did I just say I'm a horrible person? Did I say that out loud? Shit. I didn't mean none of that. Allegedly. Ooh, there we go. Allegedly. Allegedly. It's all allegedly. Never happened. Never. Allegedly.
You keep asking more questions about me. That's what I'm about.
I gotta ask why buy fake chain in the first place?
Why buy real? I told you everything was fake. Stop playing on me.
Simulation?
Yeah, simulation.
So, is it so the chain you're wearing right now?
It's real. But it's fake. But it's real. Keep asking more questions about me. That's what I'm about.
I gotta ask why buy fake chain in the first place?
Why buy real? I told you everything was fake. Stop playing on me.
Simulation?
Yeah, simulation.
So, is it so the chain?
Yo, Uncle Trip. Allegedly. That's on my mama. That's on allegedly. That's on my mama. Allegedly. That's on my mama. It's real, but it's fake. I'm here, but I'm not. If you understand and you overstand that everybody really want to stand, so I just sit in the ground because I'm grounding that way. I don't have to stand. Allegedly. I'm my mama. I'm my mama. But I got money, but I ain't got money, if you know what I mean. But I got money, but I don't like, because who cares about money? Allegedly. That's on my mama. That's on my mama. Allegedly.
Something is up with In-N-Out Burger. Why are so many celebrities picking In-N-Out Burger for their last meal? Seriously, what's up with In-N-Out Burger?
Eating my In-N-Out Burger and my hot fudge sundae. That's what I want to do. I'm pregnant and I have 9 months to own it. You really think I'm going to be on an Egyptian plane while I am wanting to be with my In-N-Out Burger and my chocolate milkshake? No.
Yo, I cannot stand her eyes. Am I the only one? Like, her eyes just look... They look evil, I ain't gonna lie. At least to me.
I need you to understand that food is being used for code words. No coincidence that Ghislaine Maxwell also referenced going to In-N-Out Burger after Epstein passed. What book do you think she's reading? The Book of Honor. Covert Lives and Classified Deaths at the CIA. These are the Clinton Podesta emails. Here's one related to Taylor Swift. Are we out of the woods? Someone asks. They're talking about a great trip to In-N-Out Burger. The Slave to Nothing Foundation's mission is to free people from being enslaved to any person or substance. We fulfill our mission by contributing financially to organizations that align with our causes and actively provide services in communities served by In-N-Out Burger.
In-N-Out Burger, is that only on the West Coast? Because we don't have any here in Ohio.
Instead of pasta and wonderful sauces, it was a lovely, tempting assortment of cheeses. Yummy. I'm awaiting the return of my children and grandchildren from their holiday travels so that we can demolish them. The children? Do you think I'll do better playing dominoes on cheese than on pasta? What the fuck does that mean? As John said, it doesn't get any better than this. And do you want to see what the attachment is on this email? This is the attachment to the email. Doesn't get better than this. Last day in MV. Missed you. Susan whipped Sherry and me at Domino's using the Podesta method. She made up the rules as we played. The realtor found a handkerchief. I think it's a map that seems pizza related. Is it yours? They can send it to you if you want. I know you're busy. Feel free not to respond. Saying, yeah, it's my handkerchief. Nothing to worry about. A handkerchief with a map of pizza, because that makes a lot of sense. Just to add to the confusion, this man was outside of Rob Reiner's house after his alleged murder, wearing a Burger King crown and shouting things that the media won't report. This is the guy with the Burger King crown. I have no idea what's going on, but something strange with burgers and fries and In-N-Out Burger and Burger King. One more strange coincidence. Nick Reiner, the son of Rob, was obviously searched quite a bit yesterday. But look at this little blip. On December 6th, he was searched in the blue and white area, not Scotland. So what's that about?
So speaking in code has been around for a long time. Allegedly, if you know anyone who's ever been in prison, I don't, so I've just read about this. They say stuff in phone calls and in letters, and they use certain words, certain phrases, and that way they can get away with it. So if you see this stuff, you read the letters like you was reading right now, it doesn't, some of it looks off. It's weird. Like, what are they talking about? And that's because they're not talking about what you normally think they would be. And I mean, I don't personally know right now what in and out is. I mean, I could think, it's in and then out, like a hit and run situation. I used to call it smashing back in the day, but whatever, I don't know. So if somebody could fill me in on that, I'd appreciate it. But I mean, if we don't stop this, we're basically helping them. I mean, what kind of people are we if this is how we treat our children? I bet you thought he was gonna make it, huh? You thought it was gonna be heartwarming. Oh man, how sweet, how noble, and sacrifice, and beautiful, and wow, he saved the world, and all that. So you don't know this channel very well. I applaud when they fail. I applaud when they fail. Better not applaud me when I fail, damn you. Better not. If that was some sort of sample situation where they were like, this is what you could look like, can we all pitch in? I got $2 at least right now. I got a few quarters, whatever. I throw in some pennies to help that girl out. Please, can somebody get that going? Not me, though. I'm busy. I got other stuff to do with my life.
Leaves me when I tell them that Lady Gaga has a higher IQ than Albert Einstein, but it is true, with Albert Einstein landing around 160 and Lady Gaga having an IQ of 166. Who are some other celebrities with shockingly high IQs? For context, the average IQ globally is 100, and anything above 130 is considered gifted. Matt Damon, starring in The Odyssey next year, has an IQ of 143. Snoop Dogg has a reported IQ of 147, classifying him as a genius. Mindy Kaling comes in at 150. Quentin Tarantino has an IQ of 160, the same as Conan O'Brien, Ashton Kutcher, Sylvester Stallone, and Reggie Jackson, who got a perfect 1600 on his SAT score. Marilyn Monroe had an IQ of 168, famously having a personal library of over 400 books. Rowan Atkinson, or Mr. Bean, has an IQ of 178, and Queen's guitarist Brian May has an IQ of 180, a PhD in astrophysics, and helped map Pluto's fly.
Man, I believe that as much as you tell me your mom's actually hot. Okay, sure, bud, just because you love her. Anyway, if her... Dude, people just say anything online. You know what? My IQ is higher than Lady Gaga and Albert Einstein. And I will be going on tour. I will put up the tour dates later. Well, I will explain physics and strings that have theories and bioengineering, and you know what, I'll make up a list and I'll figure out the words, and then I'll just repeat and regurgitate some stuff, and everybody will call me smart.
Oh, you thought you were swiping on Hinge to find your husband or wife? No, no, no. You were swiping in order to train the world's most powerful machine learning model, which will now be used to autonomously simulate human interaction in an effort to form arranged marriages without the friction of a DM or a swipe or even a date. You were labeling a data set. And we thank you for your participation in this experiment. It has been a success.
Always remember, if any app that you're using doesn't charge you, then you're the product. They're getting information off of you, whether it's what you do, what you're up to, what you like, food, where you at, who you like to date. I mean, they're getting some sort of survey statistics. There's numbers involved in all of that. Yeah, so do what you want, do what you will. Those commercials ain't paying nothing but extra fees and funds that you ain't providing.
Two different people, yet almost identical. It's not a coincidence. Keep watching, it will blow your mind. Just so happened only in Hollywood, manufactured even on genetic level.
I used to always wonder if it was clones, if it's yin yang, like the duality. Why is there two? If you notice, there's always two of them. There's always two of them. You know, like Star Wars with the Sith Lord. It's one apprentice and one good one. Have you noticed that too? So, I mean, I'm not saying that they're telling you something, but they're telling you something, and I'm trying to pick it up, but man, my arms are tired. Can anybody else help me out? Allegedly. All of this is allegedly. But I could use some advice.
How many houses do you think you've drove past in your lifetime that has somebody locked in the basement? Because it's definitely a non-zero chance that it's happened, so I'm going to say it's greater than 1, but it's definitely not like more than 50. I would say probably between 2, but lower than 10.
Thanks for ruining my weekend. Dude, who else is going to be thinking that the entire time as they're driving by? Jesus Christ. Someone be listening? Someone be going by like, what are you doing? Shut up, shut up. I'm trying to save lives. Did you hear that? Tell the truth. If you had that, would you hide it? Would you be like Negan told Carl, man, show that off? Would you put the hood on every day? You just put a hood on and be all quiet? Or you be like, yeah, that's me. Looking at the girls? You like it? Oh, chat stuff? Is that chat enough? No? It's ugly, huh? It's ugly? You want to touch it? You want to touch it? Touch it.
Well, it was an architectural defect. You know, the World Trade Center was always known as a very, very strong building. Don't forget, that took a big bomb in the basement. Now, the basement is the most vulnerable place because that's your foundation. And it withstood that. And I got to see that area about 3 or 4 days after it took place, because one of my structural engineers actually took me for a tour because he did the building. And I said, I can't believe it. The building was standing solid, and half of the columns were blown out. I mean, so this was an unbelievably powerful building. If you know anything about structure, it was one of the first buildings that was built from the outside. The steel, the reason the World Trade Center had such narrow windows is that in between all the windows, you had the steel on the outside. So you had the steel on the outside of the building. That's why when I first looked, and you had big, heavy I-beams, when I first looked at it, I couldn't believe it because there was a hole in the steel. And this is steel that was, you remember the width of the windows in the World Trade Center, folks. I think you know, if you were ever up there, they were quite narrow. And in between was this heavy steel. I said, how could a plane, even a 767 or 747 or whatever it might have been, how could it possibly go through the steel? I happen to think that they had not only a plane, but they had bombs that exploded almost simultaneously, because I just can't imagine anything being able to go through that.
Allegedly, it fell like a demolition and implosion. Allegedly, you see the, wind coming out as the explosions are going off, level by level. You can watch the video and see it happen. Allegedly, never has a building gone down on fire like that. Allegedly, the fuel wouldn't burn hot enough to even melt the steel. Allegedly, he got twice the payment on the insurance, which he doubled up, like I want to say a month before it happened. Allegedly, the owner of the building wasn't there that day, which he always has breakfast in the morning in the same spot. Allegedly, everybody famous wasn't there. You can hear the stories how they just for some reason weren't there all of a sudden. Allegedly, it looks like everything happened the way everybody thinks it happened, and then we just went to war with a bunch of countries just to steal their oil and get all their stuff. Allegedly.
Bombshell new study from Yale Medical School finds people suffering from long COVID are actually suffering from mRNA vaccine injury. As if that's bad enough, it's worse than that. These people are suffering from what's called vaccine-induced AIDS. It's called VAIDS. This is from Slay News. Leading scientists from the world-renowned Yale University have confirmed that COVID mRNA vaccines cause vaccine-acquired immunodeficiency syndrome, VAIDS. A bombshell study conducted by researchers at Yale University School of Medicine found that mRNA injections alter human biology to create long-term spike protein production that increases over time. The scientists warned that the COVID mRNA vaccines alter T-cell immunophenotypes, which triggers VAIDS. The study was led by Bornali Bhattacharya. So not only were we collectively forced to take an experimental vaccine or risk losing our jobs, we were lied to about it. It didn't stop you from contracting or transmitting the virus. It wasn't safe. It caused heart issues, blood clots, autoimmune disorders. We were censored when we questioned the madness. And now we find out that the mRNA jab causes VAIDS in many people. This is one of the most egregious scandals in American history. Kash Patel's first order of business at the FBI should be throwing in prison every single person involved in this crime against you.
They kept telling me I had new cases of the vid. It was like 6-7 times. And then afterwards, they told me it was long-term vid. So I gotta have a talk with my girlfriend. I got the CAIDS. I got the C-AIDS. Oh, man. I need to call my mom and my priest. Am I in trouble, guys? Should I, wear a condom every time now? Can I not have sex with any more pretty girls forever for the rest of my life? Oh, God, this is terrifying. Oh, allegedly. It's allegedly. None of it's true. Can be admissible in court. None of it's true. Allegedly. TM. Okay. That was a whirlwind of a show. Found out a lot about me that I didn't want to know about. I keep forgetting it's allegedly. God, I love that word. Anyway, if you want to watch another video, I have a few that you probably haven't seen before because nobody's watching my stuff. I'm not blaming you, but I'm blaming you. Leave a comment, like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. And if you don't like me, then why'd you watch the entire video just to not like me? God. I warm up to you, I swear. I don't hit on the ugly girls. I make them like me, so I hang around with their pretty friends, and then I get the pretty friend. Yeah. I'm an asshole, huh? Shit. I really got to work on some things. I got problems.